Let's kick around some other issues now with Amanda Rose joining me on the desk from Small Business Women Australia. Good to see you again, Amanda. And Johannes, the brilliant cartoonist for the Australian newspaper, joins us from his studio too. Great to talk to you, Johannes. I want to talk first, we've got some fun stuff to come up with in a moment. We've got to talk about this misinformation, disinformation bill that we've been looking at a bit on this program over a number of weeks. I mean, I see the Australian Human Rights Commission has got involved in this now, Johannes. I mean, talk about a mob who have been silent for so long during the pandemic when all sorts of information was being censored and controlled. And they've been so complicit in silencing people in the past, including your late great father. And now they want to come out suddenly and say, oh, this is a step too far. I mean, I just find them as very difficult to take them seriously.
Yeah. As you say, I mean, you can't imagine them coming out and making this kind of statement with Gillian Triggs still at the helm. No. But I mean, it's certainly positive. I think that they are sounding the alarm here and saying that this is a worrying development. So let's hope it sort of it informs the conversation around this pretty worrying piece of legislation.
Yeah, it's worrying legislation, and they are right, but this drives me nuts, Amanda, because they're so wrong and so weak all the time and so partisan, so they finally come out when there's an obvious breach. But do you think the public is going to get enough interest in this to block what the government's trying to do here? I mean, the idea that governments should decide what is fact and what is wrong and force digital giants to abide by that is just frightening. It
is very frightening. They're human. And it's interesting because governments don't like people to believe in absolute truth, and all of a sudden they're expecting people to believe in their absolute truth. So, but what is truth? And they're like, oh no, it's what we say for that day in the government of the time. This is very dangerous, and they're selling it as in, look at the misinformation that's happened before, we're looking after your safety. So they're using safety as a manipulation tool to get people on board when it's not. It's boiling the frog, and before you know it, you won't be able to believe anything or think anything without getting in trouble.